Good morning and welcome back to part 16 of themes from Orot HaTeshuva of Rav Avram Yitzchak HaKohen Cook. Our learning is dedicated to the refuah shlema of Shimona Bas Daniela. Rav Cook understands, and this is based on the Ramchal as well, that really the essence of who we are, the Knesset Yisrael, is predicated on our religious values, our morals, our ethics, our musar. Rav Cook notes in the 6th chapter of Orot HaTeshuva that Yiras Achet HaTiv'it Hi teva enoshi habari biyachas musar klali. That to be an ethical person is really an intuitive idea. It's a standard feeling that all people have, all good people have. They have a set of rules, they have a set of values. This is why good and just societies set up laws, and they're quite similar to each other. You shall not kill, steal, adultery. These laws are human in nature. They're part of who we are, the internal barometer of godliness that every human being created b'tzelem Elokim has in their being. And this is why we have the Shevav Mitzvahs B'nei, which are logical. They're elementary ideas that are fundamental, and when they are violated, God forbid, they violate our basic humanity, our basic call for goodness that comes from the inside. But then, of course, there are all sorts of mitzvahs that aren't necessarily ethical per se. They're things that we're told to do, but they don't resonate with the rest of the world. Nobody cares if you pick up a lulav and an esrog. Nobody cares if you blow the shofar. Nobody cares if you light the menorah. They may have hidden values and significance to it internally when you study the depth of the mitzvah, but nobody really cares if you do this. And this is not something that's on the agenda of any good and just society. And the reason that the Jewish people have to be concerned about more than just Shevav Mitzvahs B'nei is because there's a calling to Kedusha which goes beyond the obvious, elementary, intuitive types of mitzvos. There's another part that the Jewish people have that I think is unique, and that is Rav Kook describes, in addition to the Musar Yisraeli, that is the Kiyum Le'umi, the national identity, right? When there is someone in the world who is in crisis, and he belongs to a certain country, he belongs to certain people. So maybe there's a sense of alarm, maybe there's a concern. A Jewish person, no matter what his nationality, no matter what his language is, no matter what his background is alarmed when there's a crisis on the other end of the world. And this, of course, became very clear when the state of Israel was established. All of a sudden, you now have a state of Israel that can reach out to people all over the world. This is happened with the Entebbe crisis, and it really put the Jewish people on the map, because it said that whenever there will be a Jew in crisis, we will stand up. That is the musar, the musar combined with the kiyum halumi. In other words, I believe that we should save every life, that every life is precious. But that doesn't mean that my country should go out of its way to save a life. But the state of Israel is dedicated to every Jewish life, no matter where they are, no matter what the circumstances are. So they're going to go out of their way to do that, even if no other country would do it, because the musar Yisraeli and the kiyum leumi are intrinsically linked. They're together. They're one without the other. And because the Musar Yisraeli, the Torah law, and the sense of Lu'umiyut, the national identity, are linked, are one and the same, you cannot have one without the other. You can't have a person who claims to be a loyal member of the Jewish people, who cares about every Jew in the world, who isn't infused with the values of Torah, the 613 commandments, and the rabbinic enactments that are related. You can't have someone who's obsessed with Torah values, with the Musar of the Jew, without the Lu'umiyut, the national identity of the Jew. All of a sudden, for Rav Kook, what happened is that internal reverberating heartbeat, that harmony we spoke about, is now linked in not just to godliness, sort of this nebulous concept, but also the Torah law and the Jewish people. And if you don't feel that heartbeat for the Jewish people, if you don't feel the same heartbeat for the Torah of the Jewish people and the land of the Jewish people, then ultimately it's not connected. It's not really connected for what it means to be a thinking and connected Jew. And so really the She'ifa Tzedakah Alyona, as Rav Kook talks about, the longing for righteousness, the longing for goodness in the world, must come with a kesher, with a tie, intrinsic tie, to the national identity of what it means to be a Jew. It's not enough that I work on my Torah mitzvahs. It's not enough that I work to change my life around. I have to know that if there's someone else who's not connected to their Judaism, if there's someone else who's not observing Shabbos, that is a pagam in my personal religion.